This is the voice of Isaiah Alex. And in today's tutorial, I think the last time we did tutorial was how to generate your AI photos. Now, this is just a bonus tutorial for what you have done previously. In today's tutorial, we'll check how to enhance the photo more. Most of you should have gotten this idea that sometimes the picture is nice, but she still needs some little touching to the picture. So we go to Snapseed. The app we'll be using is Snapseed. I think in a previous video I showed you guys that Snapseed is really helpful and it's nice in making AI portraits. So when you were manipulating your photos, I think if you have not watched the previous video, you should do that. Go to the previous video and watch it. Now, Snapseed, you click on the plus icon, you go to your picture. In this video, I'll be using this picture. It's my elder brother. Now, mistake I see major people making is very many, and major people don't know the app. And if you want to really make money from the app, they shouldn't know that it's very many. First of all, even if they know, they should be like, sometimes the budget might be beautiful and the one they are generating is not nice. So they'll doubt your app. They'll think your app is on that app. So majorly what I advise you guys to do is, it's not even shy. If you want to leave, you can leave it. It's first of all to crop this watermark out of the picture. Crop it. Then secondly, normally this AI portrait is nice, but what I usually do is, first of all, I sharpen my picture. I sharpen it because it's not sharp to my taste. So I'll click on tools, click on sharpening. And for those of you that are not familiar with Snapseed, this is where we sharpen our stuff, details. Now, you can check my other videos concerning Snapseed for beginners if you are very new to Snapseed. Now you click on details, come to here, so you can adjust the structure. If you see the details, you click here. Let me go back. You click this button here. This button here. You see it. You click it. Let me cancel this. You click it. You see two options: structure and sharpening. Both of them help to improve the sharpness of an image. And let's see what structure does. Select it. You can see the structure is changing. And see, I can use to blow the image or sharpen it. Now I just want to improve the structure a little bit. So I come to sharpening, increase it a little bit. Now if I see the more I go, the more it's sharpening. But if I sharpen it to the extreme, and you see that the effect is a little bit too much. So I will take it down a little bit to somewhere like here, and it's okay. Now, for those that are new to Snapseed, I will say again, if you want to view your edits, you can just tap here. See this icon here? That icon. See that icon? So you just tap there. You tap view edits. View edit. Tap it. Then you can see your edit before this original and this is after. Let me just between the cropped and the after. You can see it has a little bit of sharpening to it. Now this is not all. You can come to this side, this tone image. You can try adjusting the tone. Now clicking this place, you see this one here. Let me take this one up so you can see it. This one here. Clicking there, you see a lot of options. You have brightness, you have contrast, you have saturation, you have ambience, you have highlights, you have shadows, and you have warmth. Now each of them has different functions depending on what you want to do. Now I will just tamper with the brightness a little bit, but the brightness for this image is okay. So I'll just increase brightness a little bit. Right like here, it's nice. I'll go to contrast. You know what contrast does? So if you doesn't know what contrast does, it's very simple. Slide the slider is what it does. So I'll increase the contrast a little bit. increase a little bit to somewhere things okay. The saturation, and take note all these settings I'm using, they are not fixed, they are not fixed. So you can, it depends on your photo. If your photo has the contrast is very very high, you can decide to reduce the contrast like here. But sorry, you can decide to reduce the contrast or same to the saturation. The saturation is very very much. You can decide to reduce the saturation for your photo depending on your photo. So these settings I'm using, they are not fixed, they are not permanent, they are not something that is constant. It's just something you do with your eye. What is nice, if it's nice in your eye, you go on with it. So the photo, I will increase the saturation a little bit. I will increase saturation a little bit, and I'll go to the ambience. Now, I said the best way for you to know what it does is for you to move the slider. So you just move to the slider, and if you can see, I think this one is better compared to here. Depending on what you want, sir, but me want something like this. I'll click on the highlight. Now I think the highlight is much for this picture, so anything increasing the highlight more than 5 will spoil my image. So just play with all this stuff. Shadows, I will reduce the shadow a little bit. Warmth, how warm or cold your image is, I just use a little bit, and this is okay. So I will go to my edit, view edit, check before and after, and you can see I'm enhancing the photo really well. You can see it before and after. You can see Snapseed is a very great app. What I'm doing is just the tip. There are a lot of things Snapseed can do, like can affect your image a lot. Apart from image, I use it in other stuff which I won't tell you because those are for my premium students. So I'll continue. I'm not advertising my graphic tutorial here. I'm just teaching you AI. So if you feel like you want to use curves, you can use it, but for this image I don't think I'm using anything like curve. Now the next thing for me to do here to show you is the healing. Or this picture does not have where I should use healing. I'll take a sample from that picture later to show you how healing works. So in case your AI portrait, sometimes the portrait you'll be using, the person itself will have pimples, you get it. So the AI, since it's AI, it will copy everything from the person's face, everything. So it will copy that pimples too, but just that the pimples won't be that much. For what I've observed, the pimples won't be that much, and the pimples won't be realistic. You see people carrying 3D shadow, that kind of stuff. So we would like to remove such things. I will show you later with another picture. This guy here is very fresh, guys. My brother does not have pimples, so you get it. In our family, we are very beautiful. So I won't be using healing for in this picture. I'll just be using brush. What is brush? Let me highlight it so that you can see this brush. I'll just click on brush. What does brush does? Brush can help you to specifically increase the exposure or saturation or temperature of a specific part of an image. If you observe, when I used let me cancel this. When I used this tone image, now we're doing something like this. You can see it affected all parts of the image. And sometimes some situation we don't want something like that. We want it to affect specific part. Assuming I want the down like this part of this leg part, I want it to be very bright. I want to increase it, the brightness. That's what I want to assume. That's what I want. I won't be able to achieve this using this brightness feature, because if I increase it more to the extent that the leg will be bright, the face will be burnt, you get. So I don't want something like that. The stuff I will use in Snapseed will be brush. So I'll go to brush. Now in brush, you will see, if you look downward, there are a lot of presets here. Cancel that, take this thing up. There are a lot of functions here. If you can see, there's dodge and burn, there's exposure, there's temperature, there's saturation. These are a lot of stuff, but for the dodge and burn, I will leave it because most of you won't understand what dodge and burn means. But dodge and burn simply means making your highlight brighter and make your shadow darker. That's the basic definition of dodge and burn, but we don't really need it here. What we need sorry, what we need actually, we want to brighten the down part of our image. Assuming we click on the exposure, you see this exposure button here. I'm gonna light it. Please not here. We click it. Let me click it. Now click it. Just go back to be sure. Now click it. Now you can see some functions here. Look at these functions here. You can see it. Now these are how much do you want the place to be exposed, like how much. You just like determine the degree on how much you want to brighten it. That's what this function is. So you can usually change the values. Like from here now, the highest is 10, the lowest is 0. So we can change the values. Now let me reduce the value. Let me touch on the down arrow key. You can see once it's 0, we show eraser exposure. Let me just take it to 10 first. Let me brighten one part. Like I can see it's very bright. Now if I reduce the exposure and I try cleaning there, the thing will be reduced, but not that much. Let me take it down to 0.3. If I reduce, you can see it's reducing. Now let me take it to 0, which is eraser, to erase it completely. That's exposure for you. Now take note, exposure, exposure is not just brightening. You can darken it too. So if I take this thing down, you can see it took me to negative 0.3, which means it's negative 0.3 in light part. Opposite of light is darkness. So for instead of this stuff to brighten, now start to darken. Let me take it to negative 1.0. You can see it darkens it. Negative 0.3. The darkness is not that much, but at least still darkening it. Let me take it to 0, and everything becomes neutral. So this is how you work with the exposure. Now let me use it in this image. I'll take it to 0.3, or let me take it to 0.7 first. I will use 0.3 now. Now you have to be careful in doing this stuff. You have to be very careful. Take note, you pitch to zoom. Pitch. If you pitch, you zoom in, and you can work properly. Now I'll just do this part. Let me balance the light. Give it, and let me increase to 1, and then let me add touch the leg. Now let me take it to 0.3. I think the more you scrub, the more you use your hand to scrub it, the more the exposure affects it. Like normal painting now, take your color pencil, you scrub harder. The more you do it, the more intensity, the more feel that adds to the image. So that's what you should understand. So I think this one is okay. Now let's look at before and after. Edit before and after. Now before exposure, after exposure. Now you can see something that the thing is very, very much, it's okay like this, but for those that love to do extra things, want a studio like effect. So there's an effect I really love to use before I take you to the what's it called, healing. So there's an effect I love to use, which is the lens blur. You can see it down here. Down here. You can see this lens blur. Lens blur helps you to blur the image in a circular manner, like a camera. What do I mean? Very, very simple. We have the stuff here. Let me illustrate it. This lens blur. You can see once I just tap on it, the thing created an effect, and it has some built-in AI features to detect the face. Actually, when you are snapping picture in portrait mode, you see the background is being blurred. Now, this feature helps to blur some part, at least keep some part constant in circular manner. So if I want to change the shape, I'm tweaking it now. I want to change the shape. I don't want the facial part to be blurred to the hand, and you can change the blur here. And take note, when doing this stuff, if you observe, the thing was a little bit darker. So if you don't want this darkness around the picture, because actually in my eyes make it dull, if you don't want this darkness, you simply come here, like just as we did before. You see this place, come there, click it, you go to vignette strength. Now we want to reduce the vignette to 0. If you want vignette, you can increase. You know what's vignette now? can increase it, but I don't need vignetting, man. If I want to add vignetting, there are others that there's a specific feature for vignetting, so I won't be adding it in the lens blur. Put it to 0. Now your blur strength, how much do you want your blur to be? Now I just want it a little bit, not that much. And your transition. Now what is transition? Let me come back here. Transition is simply the area. Let me tap this. It's simply the area in which your blur fade into the sharpening part. Now, normally if it's very sharp, like transition is very sharp, you see the blur is very thick, like it's straight. So I don't need something like that. I need a good transition. So I'll increase the transition a little bit. You can see the circle is increasing to show how your blur fades into the sharpening part. So if you don't get this, it's very simple. If you don't understand what I'm trying to explain, it's very simple for you to understand it more. You have Snapseed app, go to the app, do it. You see it here, or maybe the video is not that clear for you to see what's really going on here, but you have the app to show you what is going on. So try out these features out and you understand them properly. I think this one is okay. So I think it's nice. Now let's do our edit. Let's fit from beginning, before and after. And you can see my image is perfect, which I love. It's very nice. Now there are a lot of things in Snapseed which I will never cover in this video. You can do it. There are a lot of them. Gamma, Greenfield, no. Look at the vignetting I was talking about. This is the vignetting. You can use one to add your vignetting in case you want to add it. But don't do that. I won't do that for this picture. I won't spray my brother's picture. I'll leave it. I will click my export. How to export? Just click on your export. How to save? Just click here. This is the export button. Click on export. Then normally there are two types of export actually. I'll be revealing this to you. Sometimes if you export from some apps, you observe that the quality of the image reduces. Now sometimes that's not what you want. Sometimes that's what you want, depending on your preference. So there are two types of export here. This is the first one. Let me take this thing up. This is the first one. Save a copy of your image. If you use this option, you'll be able to save it, but the quality might dampen a little bit, might be reduced a little bit. Sometimes that's not what you want. Sometimes if you don't want quality to be reduced, you use this one. You use that one down, this one the down, this one here. Take note, this one at the down helps you to export your image depending on how you did the settings in your setting. That's a little bit confusing, but I'm very sure you understand. So you can go to setting when open your Remini app. You can go to setting and try and do the stuff. Look at the settings here. You can see it. For those that do not see it, click on this three icon here. This three icon here. Tap it. You see settings. From the setting, now click the settings. You see JPEG format quality. Now you can click PNG and click 80%. You can click 95%. Mine is 100% because my stuff. Forget about the size. Space is not my problem. Like my phone, the space is a little bit very much up to that of the laptop. But for you, it might not be so. So you want to reduce the quality, the size. You get it? Because the more quality, the more the size. You understand? So normally I usually do this export this one here. Usually use this one. But for you might want to use the save as the save. Anyone you want is okay. I'll click my export. Boom. Image is good to view. I'll view it. Be very sure. Now that's the photo. This is nice. Now I promised you I will show you how to remove pimples. Sometimes pimples using the Snapseed. This is a bonus. I don't know be my AI course, but I'm just adding it. Let me look for someone that have pimples. I think I've done recently. These are all AI from people. Okay, I've seen, but I just want a guy that okay, let me check this one out. This one does not usually have much pimples, but you can see there's something at the face here. You can see these are not what we want. These are imperfection. That's what we call it. So you can really tap. You can tap on the tools. Go to your brush. I say your brush. Sorry, your healing. Just look at it here. Tap it. Then you can just simply click on the spot, and boom, that place is out. And see, and you simply click on it, and that place is out. You can click OK, and you can go to preview it before and after. You can see you can really remove spots. Apart from AI, I've taught you something else. You can really remove spots. Let me just look for an image that has let me check if this one I have it. And you can see this girl, it's not really showing. This is my sister. It's not really showing, but you can see this spot. This girl doesn't have this naturally, so you can still use the same healing. Go to healing, move it. So this is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is how it is done. So that'll be all for today, guys. See you when I see you. Have a nice day. As I Alex, love you all. Bye.